back at it today. How are the guys feeling?
Certainly re-energized. 2 days off. Back in training. Sun's out, so pitch is really nice. Guys really can't complain about their lives. So, in the end, pretty positive, but excited for a new game, especially in front of our fans, and hopefully we can get a good result.
Is that nice knowing that you have the full week leading up to a home match at the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a midweek game, it kind of rushes us in the sense of preparing, getting our bodies right. So it's nice to have a full week here in Seattle to train specifically on the movements of RSL, their formation, key players. So and also a little bit of ourselves. We need to refresh our memory and continue to work on little things here and there to get better as a team and break down teams that try to defend us.
What are the challenges that RSL presents that you feel that you're going to be most tested on?
Well, I think personally, every time I've played against RSL, they've been animals. They work extremely hard, so their work rate is really good. Secondly, they have quality players. Their ability to play in tight spaces and also score a pretty amazing goal is what they stand for. So those two things will keep them in the match. But it's a matter of us trying to dictate the tempo and being ready for the counterattack and be lethal in front of goal. I think that was something we were lacking against Vancouver.
Going back to the Vancouver game and what you just said about trying to break teams down when they play defensively, what have you been able to look at the tape and see maybe what you could have done maybe differently from your point of view, your role, how to break them down a little bit better?
Yeah, maybe I could have played a little bit higher up the field, knowing that they were really defending in a deep block and picking my times to get into the box. I was a little bit more mindful of the counterattack and was worried about them all of a sudden having a goal against the run of play. So picking my times to go forward and putting another number in the box. But look, Vancouver had 8 to 9 players in the box. That doesn't happen very often, especially when we're playing away and they're playing at home. So they just flooded the box, and maybe we could have put another number into the box, but also our ability to find a guy is what we lacked, and that's something that we can certainly work on here in training.
Is that something that you're going to be expecting more of, people playing more of a defensive style given the amount of power that you guys have been able to display at the beginning of the season?
You'll certainly see it more at home here in Seattle, but teams may play like that at their home. It does make life difficult, but I'll tell you what, if you can score a goal early on in the first half, it just makes the game so much more wide open for us. So like I said, we need to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal and a little bit more patient. But if we can score that one goal against teams that bunker us in, it makes the field so much bigger for us.
One of the better starts that you've seen in the franchise. What's working well? What's not working? I mean, what can you guys improve on?
Well, I think we've had fast starts this year. The first 10, 20 minutes have been pretty quick for us. Finding a goal, just putting pressure on the other team. Getting good results away from home, that's crucial. But also I think just the camaraderie within the group. Everybody is feeling excited about their own part in the team, and that's great, and the culture within the team is fantastic. So everybody is ready to put their best foot forward, and I think that's what is combining for a successful season so far.
How's it feel in the clubhouse? Like, are you feeling more relaxed, more like you're just a bunch of friends having fun out there?
Yeah, well, anytime you win, your practices are so much lighter. The locker room is a blast. This is why you play football, and having 20-something guys behind you and have that same mindset going forward, it just brings the team closer together. So excited for the rest of the year, but good start, and hopefully it continues in that way.
Last week against Vancouver, talked a little bit about how desperate they were and how you expected them to come out and maybe attack, and it obviously didn't turn out that way, at least at the start. Did that surprise you? And how will you adapt to that going forward, even on the road if teams are going to be bunkering in against you?
Yeah, well, we have to find other ways to score goals than, finding the soft areas, alongside the box where we normally get our assists from. It could come from deeper crosses. It could come from playing more direct, letting them have the ball so they have to open up. There's a lot of different things that we can do that we obviously didn't do against Vancouver. I felt that we were just crossing just for the sake of crossing because we had time. But they had a lot of guys in the box, and they made life difficult for us. So in that sense, I think we need to find a different way to make the field bigger for us. And, this week, the rest of the year is going to be for that because we'll probably see some teams do that.
That said, you did get a result on the road against a rival, something that didn't really happen last year, a lot of 1-0 losses. So how good was it to at least get the result coming in against a road rival?
Well, anytime you go on the road, it's going to be tough, and I did feel like we had control of the game, and at times it was difficult to score, but in the end you get a point against a team that is known as our rivals, and you can't complain too much, but like I said, when you feel like you have control over games, it feels worse when you do tie. So finding ways to break down the attack, break down the defense is what we'll be focusing on.
How long did it take to kind of get to that state? It seemed like you were very frustrated after the game, and your teammates too. So it seems like you might be a little bit more resolved with it now, or how long did it take to kind of
calm down
from it?
Yeah, I mean, the bus ride, obviously not getting a result was tough on our end. But I do think that, the positives is Kim Keehee making a play and saving that point in the end. So credit to Kim, but in the end, like I said, the bus ride back was pretty easy and relaxed, and guys are already focused in on RSL, so that's an important thing.
With him, did he say anything as far as countrymen going against countrymen, or the kind of aftermath of that?
No, Kim and I speak as much as we can.
Yeah,
I love to pick his brain, and we use Google Translate to do that.
Cool.
So, but he was happy. He was thrilled that he made a play, and he obviously committed. He put his body on the line for that. But he had some good talks with his Korean friend, and they obviously respect each other and respect their game.
So no ill will afterward?
No.
Any April Fool's Day pranks at all that you were a part of?
No, I'm boring, dude.
Had to ask.